What's up, everybody? We had another lit episode of NXT last night. It was good. Had the Street Profits, the NXT Tag Team Champions. They defended their NXT titles against Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch, and what was a good match. We'll get to that. Also, the Breakout Tournament is continuing with another outstanding match between Jordan Miles and Boa. All that and more, that's what we're going to get to. Episode 12, it's Clouded Thoughts of Wrestling, NXT Edition. With me, you already know who it is. It's Sway Jose. We're going to get into this wrestling, man. If you haven't checked out, before we get into this wrestling, if you haven't checked out any of the videos that I uploaded this week, we had Monday, I gave you the review of New Japan G1 Climax Night 1 in Dallas. I reviewed that. Go check that out. Also, Tuesday, we went to visited New Japan Pro Wrestling again. We went back to New Japan and the G1. I gave you nights 3 and 4 predictions for that as well. So go check that out. And Wednesday, we had AEW. We went to AEW. They have Fight for the Fallen this Saturday. Like New Japan Pro Wrestling, they have the G1. They will be Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Fight for the Fallen for AEW is this Saturday. We went over AEW. I gave you my predictions and I previewed those matches. So go check that out. That was Wednesday. So that's in case you ain't miss it, in case you ain't been checking them out or whatever, go check those out. They were really good. We're also about to get into this NXT. Io Shirai. She started it out. She heads to the ring, gets a microphone. Crowd boos her. She barks at them in Japanese. I don't need any friends. I don't need any of you, says Shirai, dropping the mic afterwards. Shirai then heads back up to the ring. Now, Io Shirai, she lost the steel cage match against the NXT Women's Champion, Shayna Baszler. And after losing the match, and I messed up on that when I was reviewing that. I said that she had hit her off the ropes. No, it was she hit her with the door. She hit her with the cell door. And that's how Shayna Baszler fell out the ring and won the match. And after the match, Io Shirai, angry and mad, she snapped on Candice LeRae, who was, her only friend after Kairi Sane went to the main roster, she had Candice LeRae, but then she turned on her. And I like this heel, Io Shirai. I liked her look. I liked how she came to the ring. I liked her demeanor, her facial expressions that she had. And I can't wait to see this more develop between her and Candice LeRae, because I think this is going to be good, because I know both women are capable of having an outstanding match. But this heel Io Shirai, I like it. And it's definitely totally a little something different than what I'm used to seeing from her. So that's cool, and she seems to be playing it good. So I'm excited to see what happens from there. Next, we had the Dream, Velveteen Dream. That's my man as well. I like me some Velveteen Dream. He talks with the media. They asked about who his next challenger will be. And Dream, you know how Dream is, man. He ain't approve of the question. He said, move on. I ain't answering that. Roderick Strong is brought up about wanting to challenge for his title. He says even though Strong got the best of him a few weeks ago, Strong isn't ready to take on Dream 1v1. That's what Dream says. And that's cool, man, because you look at it, Adam Cole, Undisputed Era, they want to have all the gold. And we'll get into, the tag team situation a little later on. But Roderick Strong just being mentioned here, it seems like that's where they're going. The loss to Matt Riddle kind of gets me, because Velveteen Dream was able to get the pinfall over Matt Riddle. And I think that is where, I guess you can't hold that against Roddy, because he has Shini's beat Tyler Breeze. So I'm not saying that that can't hurt him. But to me, I feel like I want to see a little bit more out of Roderick Strong to get him to that point, and I believe as we progress, we'll get that. Moving on, we had Damian Priest versus Blanco. Before I really get into it, I also like the setup too, man. Like Dream was sitting there, they had the North American title in front of him, and it was like he was in the media, and they were, asking him questions, like the media would do to any kind of athlete or whatever, like a basketball or football player or such, and he's just answering questions. He's like, nah, I ain't answering that. So I kind of like that. Now we get to Damian Priest versus Blanco Loco. Now Priest, man, he's really been on a roll, and I like how they've been focusing on him, known as Punishment Martinez, aka Punishment Martinez. Priest with an axe kick that instantly drops Loco, instantly dropped him. It was like, oh. Priest with a running elbow and follows it up with a release suplex. Loco gets up in a punch, but gets hammered with a lariat. He gets up, tries to do something, and it was funny at that point. My cousin goes, he's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, he about to." No, he's not. He's not about to do nothing. Spinning kick, rolling cutter, pin. We're done. Squash match, and Damian Priest is really on the roll, and they seem to be really, featuring him a lot, man, and I like that because I've been liking what I've been seeing from Damian Priest so far. And like I said, man, that's why I like NXT, because it's always interesting to see, what happens to these guys next, and when does Damian Priest really get that first real big test match. And the way they've been building it up, like I said, man, he's a big guy. I like his size, and I like his in-ring ability. So I want to see more Damian Priest. Killian Dane talks about stories of his tough upbringing, how he basically lived in martial law. He says he doesn't repress those stories. He carries them with him and wears them like a badge of honor. Dane says he wants everyone to know why he is doing the things he does. Dane says everything he had was taken from him, and now he will take whatever he wants. So, Killian Dane, Sanity. It was him, Eric Young, Alexander Wolf, Nikki Cross. They were good in NXT. I liked me some Sanity in NXT. I really did. They got moved up to the main roster, and nothing. Nothing. I remember watching it the one night, and they had The Miz just run through them like they were complete nobodies. And that's when I really kind of got, because I don't like face Miz. I like heel Miz way better than face Miz. That's just me. I'll take heel Miz over face Miz any day. And it just didn't click with me. And it was it's Killian Dane, And I remember Killian Dane in the NXT War Games match and what he was doing. And I just remember seeing him, period, in NXT. And it was like, wow. But he's back in NXT, and I like the way the videos the videos they've been showing of him. I really enjoy that. So I can't wait to see, what Killian Dane is going to bring, when he's back in NXT. Next, we had the Breakout Tournament. It continues. We had Jordan Miles, formerly known as ACH, against Boa. Now, Miles looks for a handshake. Boa bows. Miles smiles, bows back. Both end up in the ropes. Boa looks for a kick, and Miles ducks it. Boa takes Miles down with a side headlock. He goes for it again, and Miles blocks it. Back and forth counters. Boa with a wrist lock. Miles flips off the top rope to get out of it. Miles leaps over Boa, head spring backflip into a drop kick. Yeah, pretty good. Miles with a double leg takedown and controls the wrist. Miles with a big smile the whole time he was in the submission lock. He had it locked in and he was smiling the whole time. It was cool, man. And in this match, it was like, oh, man, it's going to be good, man. This is going to be good. Boa tries for a back body drop. Miles rolls under, avoids a kick, pin, 2. Boa up quickly and lands a kick to the chest. Boa gets Miles tied up in the ropes, hits an axe kick to the chest. Miles shoved in the corner, more kicks. Last one is blocked. Miles looks for a takedown. No. Kick sends him into the corner. Boa with a overhead German suplex. Boa with another kick to the chest. Tries again, block. Miles with a big chop to the chest and then lands a flurry of kicks in the corner. Running forearms, Boa misses with a roundhouse. Boa sweeps the leg, low drop kick, kip up, discus clothesline in the corner. Heads to the top, 450, 1, 2, 3. My man Jordan Miles picks up the victory. Now, there was a point where I looked at my cousin and I was nervous because Bo was coming in. He's 6'4", 220. Jordan Miles, 5'9", 190. And you could see the size difference in the match. And Boa was doing his thing. Like, there was a point where I liked it in the beginning. It was like technical. It was a tech. Like they were exchanging holds and exchanging locks, and I really liked that. And then it really picked up, and you really got to see. And it was funny. There was a point in time where my cousin goes, man, I know this guy can flip. And as soon as he said, he was talking about Jordan Miles, and as soon as he said it, Jordan Miles flips. And it's like, oh, okay. And it's like, no, man, he's very athletic, and I like that he got the win. So Jordan Miles moves on in the breakout tournament along with Cameron Grimes and Angel Garza. Now next week is Dexter Lumis versus Bronson Reed. It's the final first round match in the NXT breakout tournament. So this will be the final match of round 1. That's next week, next Wednesday. NXT Women's Champion, Shayna Baszler. That's my girl, man. I like me some Shayna. I really like me some Shayna Baszler. She talks with the media. They ask her about Mia Yim, calling her out. She says she has the biggest target on her shoulder, so she's not surprised why, of course. Baszler continues that. Yim's story is great, coming up from nothing, but she's heard it over and over in the fight game. Baszler says whoever is in the ring with her, the story is always the same. Tap, snap, snap. Tap, nap, snap. I like me some Shayna Baszler, and I like that. I like how that was put, and I kind of feel what she's saying, too, about the story. It's like, all right, you bring that, but we going to see what it's really about when we in that ring. Now I know like Shayna got the horsewomen with her. She got a little crew with her, so she got her hellish ways at cheating and stuff. But at the end of the day, man, I like Shayna Baszler in the ring. I like her as a wrestler. I like what I've seen from her. So I like this interview, man. It was nothing, just calling them out. Seems like that's the route that they're going for the NXT Women's Championship. Me and Shayna Baszler. Now, if Mia Yim wins, that's the biggest question. That's the biggest question. So, move on. At the Performance Center, we got Keith Lee. Says it's strange that he's been in NXT for nearly a year. He thinks about some of his previous opponents he's come across. Although he's never been the chosen one for a promotion, he eventually comes out on top. Basically, he's like, although he's never really, been chosen as that top guy, he always, eventually he comes out on top because he shows him what he's about. Lee says, year 1 didn't go quite how he wanted, and I feel him on that. But year 2 will be different. He says he will have to be more than limitless. He has to be infinite. It will be the main event in his second year with NXT. So he's saying he's going to be the main event. That's where he's looking. And that's where I see Keith Lee. I really do. I see Keith Lee really... He should be. I've said this. I said this on the first NXT. I like Keith Lee. And I think he should be pushed as a top main event guy in NXT. Because I really like the guy and I like his work. Moving on. NXT General Manager William Regal announces Apollo Crews will come to NXT to face Kushida next week. Also, Adam Cole will have his first NXT title defense, but the thing is, it didn't say who. So we have Apollo Crews and Kushida next week. This should be a good match, guys. This should be a really good match. It should be a good match because Apollo Crews is really going to really get to come to NXT, and he's really going to really have a match. You feel what I'm saying? If you really feel what I'm saying, and he's going to be having it against a phenomenal wrestler in Kushida. Not saying that Apollo Crews isn't, but you wouldn't know because you really can't see that. But Apollo Crews is really good, man, and we are going to see these two in action. It's going to be a good match. Kushida's going to win, yeah. However, I'm very interested to see this match and how it plays out, and I know it's going to be a good match. I know Apollo Crews is going to kill it with Kushida. That's just the way I feel, and it's going to be a good match. So I'm excited about that. And like I said, we don't know who Adam Cole is going to face. They didn't say that because my cousin looked. He said, "Well, who's he going to face?" And I said, "I don't know, man. They didn't say. They just say he'll have his first NXT title defense." So that's two matches to look forward to next week on top of the last breakout tournament match. So NXT next week is already shaping up to be lit again. Now this is the main event. My boys, the Street Profits. Now I'm upset because they've been on Raw and they've been cutting these promos. Like I said, I don't watch Raw, but I keep up to date with it. I don't watch a whole 3-hour episode of Raw. I don't watch a whole 2 hours of SmackDown. But I do keep up to date with it. And the Street Profits, they've been cutting these promos on Raw, and it's kind of putting a sour taste in a lot of people's mouth. From what I've been hearing, it's been putting bad taste in people's mouth, and I don't think that's cool. Now I get why you would want to bring them up, and the reason did come to light because they feel like they connect more with the younger generation, so I can understand that. However, they're still the NXT title, the champions. You brought the War Raiders up when they were NXT champions. Like, can these guys just be in NXT just doing their thing even for a little bit? Like, when they lose it, okay, then all right, do it. But it's like, and I don't like how they're using them. You don't want people to get sick and bored with them already when I really enjoy the Street Profits. I really do. And the crowd really enjoys Street Profits. You see that on NXT. You see that now. A person who doesn't watch NXT and doesn't know about NXT, you doing what you're doing, how do you expect them to take the Street Profits? And then if the people who know NXT and know the Street Profits and you show them in that light, they're going to be like, well, hold up, man. You're making me not kind of, like, what are you doing? Like, so I understand that. I understand it all, but at the end of the day, I just don't like how they're just being on Raw and then like what they're doing. I don't like that. I get the reasoning because they said why, and it's understandable, but I just don't. They were in the main event, and it was lit when they came out. They had the crowd rocking, and it's funny because my cousin's like, man, I really like these guys. And I said, of course, man, look at them. Look at them. Look at them. Montez Ford, Angelo Dawkins, and they had an amazing match, and I knew it was going to be because Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch, when I see these two guys in tag team matches, to me, man, they're always good tag team matches. Not taking them from Street Profits because they're good too, but this was good. Dawkins with a big shoulder block on Lorcan, cover 2. Dawkins takes him to the mat, rolls Lorcan around a bit. Lorcan able to get to his feet, and Burch tags him in. Side headlock. Dawkins until he reverses into one of his own. Had him a side headlock. Dawkins got him in his zone. Dawkins leaps over Burch. Flapjack hits. Lorcan comes in and they hit another flapjack, dropping Lorcan down on his partner. Tough start for the challengers. They take a moment to regroup. Now it was like he head off. They had him. Dawkins got out of it, and it was like, oh, NXT crowd. I love the NXT crowd because they're always a good crowd. And I get like their tapings and all that, but the crowd for NXT, even at the takeovers, like it's just always good. I also like the NXT UK crowd. I think that may be like one of my favorite crowds for real. The NXT, the chants. The NXT UK crowd, the chants that they do, I really like that. So that's cool, man. That's really cool. That's probably one of my favorite crowds. Not hate on not anybody, not everybody, but it's like when you watch NXT UK and the chants that the crowd does, it's like, oh my god, like these dudes they're hilarious. Okay, back to the match. Sorry, just had to mention that. Dawkins offers his hand to Burch. Burch kicks him in the midsection. Kick to the midsection. Front drop kick. Lands, kip up. Comes up Lorcan. Double side Russian leg sweep. Cover, 1 count. Lorcan with a big chop. Brings Burch back in. And they kick away at Dawkins. Double suplex. Cover 2. Lorcan with a crossface on Dawkins. Ford ends up coming in, breaking up the hole. Ford yells at Burch, who then swings away at Dawkins. Now I like this moment because this point in the match is he had him, and Montez Ford got frustrated, and he just kicked him. He said, "Whatever, I'm gonna just kick you for getting he ain't got to tag me." He just got frustrated and he just kicked him, and Lorcan then was like, "All right, you tend to forget I got your man down, so." And he just set him off, and Lorcan just started going away. Double suplex, cover 2, Lorcan with a crossface on Dawkins. Like he said, breaks it up. Ford yells at Burch, who then swings away on Dawkins. Full mount with ground and pound. Burch to the second rope, looks for another drop kick. Dawkins moves out the way. Now this is where it's okay, you can make a tag, my man. You can make a tag. Ford gets to the tag. Hits multiple clotheslines on his opponent. So he gets there, he tags my man Ford in. Alabama slam on Lorcan. Follows up with a belly-to-belly suplex. Kip up. Standing moonsault cover 2. Now this one I was woo, we sitting there hey my man, come in, it's hot. Hot tag was a good hot tag. Dawkins back in, springing splash in a corner. Ford does one himself, Assisted slice bread number 2, cover 2, Ford tags in. He lifts Lorcan on his shoulders. Dawkins on top. Lorcan sends Ford crashing into his opponent. Burch lands a dropkick on Ford. Lorcan with a half-and-half suplex. Burch with a knee, cover 2. And at this point, it's what the heck? It's just pandemonium going off in this match. It's oh. And I loved it because there was a point. Everyone in the ring, they're taking each other out. All 4 wrestlers down. Lorcan and Ford face off. Lorcan with some big chops. Ford returns with fire kicks. He looks to dive into Lorcan and ends up leaping over him to take out Burch on the floor. You had to, it's crazy. He's running and you didn't think, the way he did it, you didn't think he was about to jump out the ring. And he just, tries to take out Burch on the floor. Does, but it's crazy because he did, but it looked like he kind of really missed it. But it was just amazing. You're watching the match, and he goes off the ropes. And Lorcan's just and you're thinking he's about to go do something to Lorcan, and then he just, and I'm oh, he's taking off. That was really cool. Lorcan looks for a suicide dive. Dawkins stops that, because after that, Lorcan's all right, I'm coming out the ring. Dawkins goes, no, you're not. Stops it with a big punch. Back in the ring. Dawkins drops Burch with a spine buster. Ford with a big frog splash. 1, 2, 3, win. Little rewind when the part that was crazy and everybody was just going at it in the ring. I liked how my cousin goes, well, that's not the legal guy. That's not the legal guy. That's not the legal guy. But it came full circle and came back to the legal guys. And it was still about, the tag team. I like that. NXT's tag team is good. Their tag team division, their tag team matches are good. This was a really, really good match. Montez Ford, man, he's money. I love Angelo Dawkins too. Don't get me wrong, he's money as well. The Street Profits, that was a really good match and a really good showing by all 4 competitors in that match. And it sucks because it's man, when is only Lorcan and Danny Burch gonna get some love, because they've had good matches. Them versus Undisputed Era at NXT Takeover. Oh my goodness, it was so good. When they gonna probably get some love, but this was a really good match. Champs win. Post-match, after the match, the Street Profits celebrate a bit. Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish head out to the stage. Clap for the champs. They started clapping for them, giving them a good job. The 2 side jaw bit, and looks like they will be the next challengers. So they're going to be the ones. It looks like that's what I'm saying, man. That Adam Cole said, I don't know about the two-side drill bit. I don't even know about all that, man. I'm getting this. This is Wrestling Inc. I'm on today, man. Go check them out. They always have some real good stuff, some real good content. Something to jot, fresh my mind a little bit. I always like checking them out and getting a real good recap of the matches, and they do a really good job at covering. They cover a lot. So go check out WrestlingInc.com, man. They be doing their thing. So, good show. We have a lot to look forward to next week. We have a lot. And Adam Cole going to be there defending his belt. We got Kushida, Apollo Crews. We got Bronson Reed, Dexter Lumis. We're going to have some good matches. It's going to be a good show. NXT last night was a really good show. If you haven't checked out Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, like I said, New Japan, Monday we went back to New Japan. We had a review of Night 1 in Dallas. That was Monday. Tuesday, hit you with my Night 3 and 4 predictions of the G1 Climax. This weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Wednesday, hit you with some AEW. Went over Fight for the Fallen. Gave you a preview and predictions of that. Friday, we're going to talk some Extreme Rules. We're going to get into Extreme Rules, and from what I've been looking at it's not all bad. It's really not all bad. Like, we got AJ Styles Ricochet. That should be a good one if they give him the right time. We got Cesaro, Aleister Black. That should be a good one. So there's a couple more matches that, it's going to be a little interesting. So we'll get into Extreme Rules. We'll talk about that Friday. That'll be Sunday. The pay-per-view is Sunday. We'll get to that Friday. I want to thank everybody for your support. Thumbs up, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, all that other good stuff. Keep up the support, man. Conquer your goals, live your dreams, spread that love, spread that peace. I'm Sway Jose. This is Clouded Thoughts of Wrestling. Till next time. Peace.